Yeah, that that's not a gas papa, any change at the carrisena. Any some question no jiri, any that just shomangi means a big tenchi. Any nitujilla, tanda, you must change your
So we all know that the currently the text that we have been studying is called Ornament of Clear Realizations by Maitreya.
That the that change the teaching about to be gentle, Kawana tumor is not Sawatenya. Any Tembe, they did this on the watch of the Yores.
So this text by the Lord Maitreya, so is a really commentary to the Lord Buddha's sutras or the teachings which consists of the of 3 volumes of which are called as the three mothers, like the sutras of the very the extensive version, and then the middling version and the short version. So it's a commentary to those sutras.
The new Thai genetics is Simbapo, Tembateo, Kandijisena. Ni Gama, Ane Natsunoji, Dewatochi Gunge, Dungatochi Mundengi. Ane Tam Hall and Chondenge. Ane Natsoli Noji Najik Mujireti or Resro.
So the Lord Buddha, was also, once upon a time, was also exactly like ourselves. One who is as an ordinary sentient beings, who've been like a lost in this samsara, or we call it, cyclic existence, and just even though wishes for happiness and wanting to avoid sufferings, but because of the confusions and because of the ignorance, so you are not able to achieve this, you fulfill your wishes, but only simply get caught in this just wandering in these perpetuals, these cyclic existence.
Tene koronga ni ta ngasi dunga toche ni rung chenz tela rung chepa zuwe tela tene jungu yores ni dewa toche ni yen chepa zupala tene jungu yores ten tone tene chechanga ni sosiga ani jerche ni ruche se yepi shombadu ni jela supa kune kunde yajetong ni shewa mongbola tene yajetong yepe shewa la chimbo dra ta ni shewa te ni jala ni jabiga pachil shewa ji o tene shewa res.
And then later on, then the Buddha realized that all this, the source of this, or the root cause of all the sufferings is this self-cherishing mind, and whereas the source of all goodness and all the happiness is the mind of cherishing other beings. So that is the altruistic mental attitudes. So therefore, the Buddha then, after that, then he worked on this what is what he already has in naturally, his what the quality which he is born with. That is, there is the love and compassions, and so the Buddha worked on to fully develop that qualities underneath quality of love and compassion for all other sentient beings. So not only then the perfecting on a mental levels, but also perfecting in the actually engaging in all the deeds of benefiting all other sentient beings. So in this way, then at the end, towards the end, then he the last like a form of life that he has is he came to this earth born as a prince.
ane tni jabi go pal shewa jine ane tni kon khoda long she la so pa to pa me pa yer de de zo ji go ni de de wa de zhe ma de pa tu ji chen de zo ma ji go ni ta se je de je de nga le xiao ma ta wa de chen ne ane ta de zo ni se je to je de nga le xiao ge che ta ne jabi ja sa la so pa ni ta pa to ne ni no se le chi ni gam ja ni do wa nyos le ne ni sang je pa res.
Then after coming to this world, then as we understand from the story, life story of the Buddha, that he as born as a prince, so he was surrounded by all the comfort of the material, of the best of all the materials, the conditions, as well as this large number of companions, friends, and so he had all the worldly success of all the world of the world. And however, he then realized that all these successes, all the goodnesses is let alone, be a perfect way to benefit, to fully benefit all other sentient beings. But these are also not actually giving him this happiness, this satisfaction, true satisfaction that he is looking for. He could not find that through this material, success, the objects, and also all these materials, goodness is also not able to prevent the sufferings. So therefore, the Buddha renounced all the worldly pleasures, and then he went into the solitude forest, and so there so he searched for that answer, for the finding the way to find not only to the lasting happiness for himself, but also to extend that same to all other sentient beings, and so through this way, so Buddha he engaged in the meditation, sit in the meditations.
ane ta tandi kale mongbo ji jane soje samba rete inaya ane matsugo ya shadi sal kandis ta ki koro seje ge che de soje wa isa ta ko soje samba na ane senje ne dewal jinge ko yore ta ngebe tashi te kare resena matsol ma kono go nyonyu ane longol ro shanju te nyonyu go ne matsol ma she ane ngachu te nyoso ne yon ro yari ma to ne kono go shila da uchi na ngachu te la ichi da uchi de de wa ina ane ta tawa to ji be kombo se to ka uchi go yores.
So Buddha, that remained in this deep meditation, and then eventually he he reached a fully, awakened state of Buddhahood, and then the, thinking on the how what's the most effective way to now to reach to out to the all, to benefiting all other sentient beings. Then he, as he realized that the best effective ways is to just to share his own knowledge, his own experience to others, and he saw that as the most effective way to benefit others. So therefore, from this we also have to, what the Buddha has realized, that the way to benefiting other is just to teach to other and sharing his experience. So from this we have to realize, we must also realize that what we are looking for, seeking in our life, that is the happiness, and what we're trying to avoid is the sufferings. So it's not something that we can, receive, from the Buddha in the form of some kind of like a blessings, and so that kind of understanding, that kind of idea that somehow, we can, if we pray to the Buddha, then he would, bestow us some kind of blessings, and then, we which will, free us from all the suffering, and we will find all the happiness that we are looking. And so then the believing in this kind of blessings, so is very the wrong way, is very deceiving, very deceptive. So therefore, rather the main message the Buddha is saying is that if you want to reach this to your awakened state, then you must also follow the path that Buddha himself has followed, and how, and also do the same, the practices that he that he has done along the path.
Teo Matsuyamba Kayo Marani, Kogatni, Masvian de Caresena, Matsu Gujela Ronches Yepi, Shambado Nigela Supa, Ane Yajitumika, Ane Tajinseda, Ane Atandiga Kune Kunda, Ane Pevika Tashi, or Tandigma Sune Nita, Koatu Dungalayasha and Remato Shadow Yores.
So we should also try to realize that what we need to first trying to recognize that the source of all the happiness, and which is something which we can give us a protections and the refuge. True refuge is this kind of amount of what the love and the compassions which we feel towards other beings, no matter what, what the degree we have. So we have to recognize that is the source. That is the main cause for us to achieve the state of Buddhahood, and so therefore to trying to for our spiritual practice. So therefore, we must work on to trying to developing this natural the quality of love and the compassion which we all have within us.
ngazotini ta dewa thogugena tsendeda ne ta shimar kangal chiboyung kugena ne kongi ko ne suint zola nye ne ten loju che ane nyole che kugures ro
and then we must also then to put into practice all the teachings which Buddha have given to us, and so therefore but in order to put this into practice, so first we must understand the teachings. So this is what we are here for, to study the Buddhist teachings, and because it is we study learn about these Buddha's teachings. So because the teaching has this implementing this teaching into our life has a potential to benefit us in this current life and also in all the future life.
That inje tinge tangzu tride kaji sabana le sarastini tat zoche tets no chi ngote ko zo na chi serwa tang zo hata ngamati ga thone man tne rogis.
So this is just a brief bit kind of like a sidetrack to what our this subject matter of our these Tuesday night teachings. So just to give you some, especially for those who are here for who are new to these teachings. So it gives some sort of the backgrounds of the Buddha's teachings. So we will now continue with our the teaching on this topic.
다 딩을은 저다 kiến築수는 농세집인 법에게도 디시디가 요래 디콜라 델라니 간도 대화침부터 시작해서 대화침비가 델라니 베이게도 또 대지게도 쓰네 니요래 대지게도 대화침부 법받 지쳐되고 그래 네 베이게인데 니디 전에 법받 지쳐되고 그래 델라니 예와 제르시네 네 딩골로 되고요 그래서
so the topic at the moment is that we are studying is on the on 3 jewels and specifically on jewel Sangha, jewel Sangha, and so in this so in here when we studying about this the various types of the sanghas, so we will find here that we can understand this type of sangha on 2 level or 2 types. So the one level we'll understand the example sanghas or the similitudes, sanghas, similitude type of sanghas, and then this one referring to the like a number of the 8 type of or the 20 types of 8 types of sanghas that we have been talking about, which sanghas of Shravaka vehicles or the hearers vehicles, and then on the other level or other type of sanghas, so which is like the meaning sangha, meaning type of sangha, which is the subject of main concern here, of the sangha which is referring to. So which is referring to the meaning sangha. So it's referring to the sanghas of great vehicle or Mahayana.
Then zata pei gende ji kasala ni ta tini yewa mu bo jo yin de sala ta shong do shimo se ti kasala ni shida ni nyemong la 네 zuchi nyemu zumechi nyemu dewe nyemu sene nyemu mumbo yorete ina yang kanda ne shiwondo shimo yewa she tandi shedi tsala ne denye gati ga nol pa del tene pa yewa she ngu yores te nyemu yenle mshewe da den denye le shige ya jize karasena denye te ne nyemu yendo le ne shindo nyemi shindo chewares nyemi shindo chemore ne pena matoti le magive go le soya do nyawando la supato tniji go pi nyemi so shin cha chewade ne danan denye de cha de go yore jezangla ne denye de nyemi shin chewa iza ani kan denye la ani ta shigo do shimo la supika denye la dene jawres
개발소라
chewa de denye pomba te jawdo
간 갈송도 소라 지단 감성기
감성지 녀문을다 녀무 젬반일 뭐죠 내년에 저제 가르래서로 내년에 때는 채워 저제 가르래서는 내년에 이미신의 채워인사 되게 샤버레스
so with respect to the types of like a Shravaka sanghas, so in the last teaching, so we talk about the type of the Sangha called like the returners, returners and never returners. And so in order to know the difference between these various types of Sanghas, of like a returner or non-returners, and the stream, the entry and so on. So in order to know this, so we have to know the different types of the mental afflictions that exist. So generally, speaking, so the mental, we can talk of mental affliction in terms of the three levels, mental affliction of three levels of three realms of the realms of like desire realms, form realms, and the formless realms. And so now that's in general. But in here, there's these differentiations. When you're making these differentiations of various types of Sangha, so we have mainly taking into account of the mental afflictions of desire realms, and which I think in the preceding previous teaching, so which we divided that, we subdivide the desire mental affliction of desire realms into nine levels. So first of all, there's a question as to why this a difference between difference among all these the types of Sangha is made on the basis of these desire afflictions. So the first reason is because of all it is said that of all the mental afflictions, it is said that the mental afflictions or the delusions which belong to these desire realms is the most is the worst one. Is most the one with the most like shortcomings.
Ta wana ani pe genda kazal tombo ne jiji shupa to jiji ndewo sene jiji ne njene sene tini nishe ore tin za ta jiji shupa te ga te do ta pela ne ta denji genda te kawa shagun sena tewa chimbi ne te che tonlo pache melon pate te che tonlo pache melon pache ro o ta te ne kuni ni ta to pate te chanda wa inza ne denji genda te shago yores.
So there is the difference between those the types of Sangha are made primarily based on this the mental affliction of desirums. Okay, so now the early on I said that these types of we can understand the types of Sanghas on the two levels, two types, which is the similitude or the example Sangha and the meaning Sangha, if you like. So the first, we talk about the example Sanghas, types of Sanghas. This is referring to the Sanghas of Shravaka's vehicles, and so which the include like the we already listed in the previously. So like the 8 main groups of types of Sangha, main groups of Sangha, like, which include the approacher to stream enterers, and then the abider in the fruit of stream enterers, and then the same, the approacher to and the to a returner, and then the abider in the fruit of the returner, and then there's and so on and so forth. So there's an 8 group there. So now to what is the corresponding, like the meaning sanghas of all of these 8 example sanghas. So first, these the corresponding the Mahayana sanghas, which is the meaning sanghas of the Mahayana sanghas, to the first 2 types of sanghas, which Shravaka sanghas of like the approacher to stream enterer and the abider in the fruit of stream enterers. So these 2, then for these 2, the meaning sangha, or which correspond to these 2, are the Mahayana superior being, or the Mahayana Arya beings, who is on the path of uninterrupted. Who is on the uninterrupted path of the path of seeing. So that is the referring to, and so there is there is some sort of similarities that we can draw between that the Mahayana superior being on the uninterrupted path of the path of seeing, and the first 2 example sanghas, which is the approacher to stream enterer and the abider in the fruit of stream enterers. Yeah. So just a slight correction here. So that corresponding is only relates to the approacher, okay? Approacher to not the abider in the fruit of stream enterer, but just the approacher to stream enterer. So that the meaning corresponding, like the meaning meaning sangha is that Mahayana superior being on the uninterrupted path of the path of seeing. And because the next one, this enterer in the fruit of the stream enterer, which is the Sharvakas, and which is example sanghas. So that the parallel with the meaning sangha, which refers to the now the Mahayana superior being, or the Arya on the path of release, on the path of release of the path of seeing.
아니 다 대우는 쇼슈 파싱인데 쇼슈 파싱미데 아니 데메다 그래서나 골롬바 아니 다 데니 나와다 트파 아니 나와봉 트페가 빠체멜로나 네딩이가 아니 대체 받죠
알았다디
쇼슈 파티
곰람로아
고포 쇼슈 파르다
나로
쇼슈 파테 아니 트페가 다 네니 트파 빠체멜로나 네딩이 되서잖아 지그러와
곰람 샤오라 대신 곰람 샤오
대신 고노다 고놈바.
And then the next, the third group of these example, first example sanghas, which is the now we got the approacher to returners, so which refers to the Shravaka type of sanghas, and which is an example sanghas, and this which the parallel with the meaning Sangha of the Mahayana Sangha, which is the Mahayana Arya, who is on the path of seeing, on the uninterrupted path of meditation, the uninterrupted path of meditations, and the who meditation which kind of are directly or which meditation, which part of meditation, uninterrupted part of meditation, which serve as an antidote to the the six objects, six levels of the object to be abandoned by the path of meditations. So this is to say that with regard to the path of seeing, path of meditation. So there are 9 levels of the object to be abandoned. So of these 9 levels, so here we are referring to the path of uninterrupted, of the path of meditations, which is the antidote to the sixth, the object to be abandoned by the path of meditations.
Anida tenema ne shogun general shadicala ne shogun genete ne denye trapa pombi trapa pone ne ta jose sadamba watzo ani yakucho res
this sadamba and then the next we have on the example sanghas, which is the which is abider in the fruit of returners, abider in the fruit of the returners, which is an example sanghas, and which the parallel with the meaning sanghas of the Mahayana superior being on the of the path of release. So here the path of release of the path of meditations now with respect, release with respect to that someone who have now the abandon or completely overcome that sixth the levels of the 6 types of the object to be abandoned by the path of meditations. So in another word, this is the bodhisattvas who reach to the seventh bhumi or seventh ground, who just reach to the seventh ground and on this path of release of the path of meditation. So that is the meaning sanghas, against the example sanghas of the approacher, the abider in the fruit of returners.
아니 심무 슈파 생에데 가르젠 데니 제와도 고와 뽕시도 젠디조 데니 그 현주 semala 수바 정도스
게바당 고바르와
데니 제와다 고와 뽕이 시들다 뽕이 시도 젠디조 데니다 데니 그 현주 semala 정도스
칠미원와
심무 슈파다 심무 슈파다
and then the after this the next the example types of sanghas refers to the approacher to never returner, sangha who is called as approacher to never returners, and the meaning sanghas which correspond to this is the bodhisattvas who now having completely overcome or abandoned the seventh types of object to be abandoned by the path of meditations. So now who is striving to bodhisattva who is now striving to abandon the eighth and the ninth the objects, levels of objects to be abandoned by the path of meditation. So that's the corresponds with that. The examples sanghas of the who is the approacher to never returners.
아니 심무고라 심무고 다 내내시거라 심무고라 아니 다 예와 몸보지요레스로 예와 몸보라니 빼자들마도 심무고로 로두팔라 아니 대한들이시네 대한지겐데 된데리시네 미사지 소문도스 심무고라 몸보 예와 몸보존데와
지메오
심무고 예와 몸보죠 예완델 대지겐데리 예완델 대지겐데리시네 수마마도 심무고 코로 지볼라 로도 이거와 예지 감각이 예지시 콜라니 대지겐데리시네 시라 수마
지메오라고
코라라 이나야 토마소테 이나요 코로나 가르샤고 그 송거드나 마리 송거스나 아니 배는 좀블림비 때라 이나다 아니 주치 때라 이나다 아니 송 다사트 제스 댄스 댄비거니다 쇼주세 뭐
가르사서
송 제스
나나
송 제스 댄비 답변아 때마시 따와테 자우 댄디 시와지로와 디가서 쇼베 쇼주세 메츠즈니로와 딘디가 자우 댄디 따와다 다다니 페나 가데그넬라 제스 쇼기데 사체웨 츠즈니 주요레와 아니 뭐 반도를 페이므로 딘디가다 시동 송 제스나요 아니 쇼주세 메츠데네 예주된 게 다 쇼주세 모두 졸라 아니 심무군데 내스네 대지 겐데
저저 상계샤고 말어
다 상계로 왔다
상계샤고 신용
대지 상계로 와
상계샤고
대지 상계리 때 이나 민헬 아니 쇼주세 메츠데네
no. Okay, and now after this we have the abider in the fruit of never returner. So regarding this, we find in the scriptures there's so many various types of this, the never returners, abider in the fruit of never returners, and so therefore in the scriptures, in the text, so what we find is the meaning sanghas of that meaning sangha, which of the non-returners, the corresponding to all the different types like subdivisions of that abided in the fruit of never returners. However, in the scripture you do not find just like in general, or in general, that you do not find exact the meaning sangha of this abided in the fruit of never returner as such, one specific. So what we find in the scripture is mainly it's the meaning sangha referring to the specific types, specific like a subtype of that the abider in the fruit of never returners. There's so many, and so therefore, but in from my perspectives, so in general terms, perhaps this meaning sangha, who is the abider in the fruit of never returners, by referring to those who the manifestations, like emanations, of the Buddhas, of the enlightened beings, in this world, all in other other realms, godly realms, and so those can be can call as in general can call as the meaning sanghas of the abider in the fruit of never returners.
Ani ta dacho shupas ta chitane teni jog ze karis na chita teme do tete sin rag maris teme la ne nyed chaso pu sana ta puja rinji wala ne puja rinji wasini yores ro teme la puja rinji wa yoro tomo dewe nyemo po tene zuji nyemo po tene zuji nyemo jisi yoro wa te yores kandal tewa chimbol tene yo maris ne dewe ni ta nyed shida ni chichat punen ro yores ruje pilula ruje pilula ne ta dewe nyemo do ne shije wala sopa chichat punen ro soje ro yores soje wa ti chichat pun ko yore te insa denye pun sange ne shida pu menge ga tni ga ane shoji sama tni jota ga mares
tiki kharsa de tanda dajum dama
dajo jil tana legra
la tanda di dewa kharsa lo tanda di rimje se lo di dewa do
puja rinji wa ya
la
puja rinji ba ya puja rinji ba se mate temel ma to techel yo mares
la
temel ma to techel me iza ane tanda ngai ti shimu gun rene te jiga ta denji genda de ta denji suje poba joki tundo as ro
re
te jog ze karer sena ane techela puja chicha wa ma to rinji ba yo mares nyedra pumba ti ze ni shido ti chicha to pondo re nyedra pum shido ma pum ye ane ta tani ga ta jesikr ta tumbo ringe bal ser ta tumbo ringe be ne suje popal tani yo marwa
re so the meaning, the type of sanghas which correspond to the example type of sanghas whose sangha of the abider in the fruit of never returners. So, which I say, as we said before, that meaning sangha referring to the emanations of the Buddhas, and such emanation can be in realities are fully awakened being, or in another word, a Buddha. But however, they appeared as a bodhisattvas or as a ordinary beings, and so therefore in the meanings sanghas of like this never returners is already a fully awakened beings. So whereas in the as we see in the example the types of the example sanghas, so there are we make the a difference. We differentiate the various types of Sangha in terms of the whether or not, or how many of the different types of the mental afflictions have abandoned or not, on the basis of that. So and this is possible in the example types of the Sangha. It is possible because when we talk about this the progressions, of the path of the Shravaka's vehicles. So we can talk about someone who have abandoned some affliction of the desire realms, but not completely, and they, But however, when we despite this, but when we talk in terms of the on the Mahayana path, then all the abandonments of all the affliction occurs simultaneously. All the abandonment of all the even both the obstructions, like the obstruction to liberation, obstruction to omniscient mind, all happens simultaneously. So there is no just as we find in the example types of Sangha, I think if you can recall in our past teachings, so we talked about how there are type of Sanghas who overcome this mental affliction stage by stage, like in a gradual process, serial way. But there are some others, they can abandon simultaneously, various types of affliction simultaneously, like and so therefore so that's the reason why even when we talk about the meaning types of Sangha of this never returnal, so it's we referring to someone who is fully awakened.
네, 다 지주 다저 슈파데 가와셔기스는 다저 슈파데 드와 니르도 시르 니가 보이게 시다. 아니 젠비가 쇼세 사자와 사자와 So the next the example Sangha is the now we have the approacher to a type of Sangha called approacher to foe destroyer. So the meaning Sanghas which correspond to that is the Bodhisattvas on the 10th Bhumi or 10th Bodhisattvas Bhumi, and who the Pangcha Guwapong Sumasra. 10th Bodhisattva Bhumis, who is the striving to abandon both the obstructions to liberation and omniscient mind. And dachon renetela and dini pombe sanjeda, and a yanchi shonju samba sachawa, and a Chowatene, Tani to Sujime Bikishila, and a Rujada Chombi Chowatene Juting. She says Sachawatani Yesarwa. No. Changsam Sachawa, Sachawa, the Chowatene, Suje to Nitimi Pishilata, Rujada Chombatan Chowatene, Nijan Chite, Trisuting Yesarwa, or the Nigu Chowate, the Nigashun Jusemba, and a Rujatan Dida. And that's what you Balasupa. This statue about the Chanjusama is over. Chanjusama. Chanjusama Kora, Chivega, and a Rujata Chambayarova, or Tendida. And a Sujapopa. Nijoy, says Ni. You do the Niga Pang science. Pangamaro. Sujapopa Ponsarova. Sujapopa Chiche, says Chiche. And she was such a what the point of Marova. Point of Marite. 이나 다전 제네가 다 세신라고 되지. 대지겐다. 대지겐 때 네 쉬운을 때 시작은 됐어. 다 뭐게 루자다 좀 받고 다 녀도 다미 드진 농월로 녀도 자주 본사로 와. 이러고 신고는 맨로 송도 있어.
디 단다 가서 랑게디 전주스마 랑게 투바 땡게 줘라. 다 랑게를 펜도시 펜토에서 투바 땡스 거라. 근데
센젤 펜토에서.
뭐다디 디데스 랑게 넘버 2에 가이나서.
루제 넘버 10네 다 그러고 다 담에 놓은지 군에 치대 콜 루자라 야 대등에 센제 무보해지라. 디네 콜 루자트서 수제네 요마레 니티네 요마레 다 고치땡이지 걸어.
Okay, so now the last the example types of sanghas is called now we have the abider in the fruit of four destroyers. So now the meaning the type of sanghas the corresponding to that so there are which can referring to the one who have bodhisattvas who have completely the overcomes the eliminated both the obstructions so one who have become one who have become a Buddhas. So referring to that as the meaning type of sanghas, and it is said that as well as would also include the meaning type of sanghas who is not yet have become a Buddha, but still on the 10th bhumi, 10th bodhisattvas bhumis, but in the manifested 10th bodhisattvas bhumi, bodhisattva who is on the 10th bodhisattva bhumi, manifested as a like a Shravaka, as a not the pratyeka Buddha or a solitary realizers. So who chose bodhisattvas on the 10th bhumi who chose to manifest as a these solitary realizer or pratyeka Buddha in order to reach out perhaps to some of the other solitary realizers and other sentient beings, and so that also the considered as the meaning the type of sanghas was.
Ndati ugune mangazo ane tata chichi ngenje elosine te chichi yonglo te ngurun rukundis seche dongo te chichi ngenje elosirawa ane yonglo te kol she tere dus.
So after this after we finishing this after this topic on this 20 type of sangha, then the text take us to the part of preparations.
Chitondi kana genda dela pe genda dela nyashi te yewa shejo irete inaya ta nyashi te tsuma ma rate dena ya te tsin no sare sro ni kale ngaso chasuji ting got ya puitso sona ni rate ne lelo yores.
So the explanation that I've given on this on this topic of the 20 Sangha is really only a summaries and a very brief one, and also even this including this explanation on this the example and the meaning sanghas are very really only a summaries, and so so I believe this is good enough for us to to start learning about this, and then maybe later on then you can find more detail, learn more detail about this the same topic.
Tadri tetso jojo ma to den samari taina ta ngazo te terawa chesargo des chichana ne saba nget so ne ngiti tesi kokawo chigre sarwa dengi kome waina ane kokawo chigre kanje ngazo ane karala de gorsena ane ta dewan dengi jidum dingam dengi chunjo resrwa sende inanda seshima inanda Tindigi dewa te kawana tene drata girasena, tindigi dewa te ne shombado nijela supala tene drata giramadu, ni shi penjola tene, ane dewa te chita drata giromares. Te zata noga ta shoha nijela supa, ane kumpe tanraya gata, ane mazu te shiedi gayores rawa. Ane te za, ane ta chi chil tanruwa, ane tono do ta tindigi tishena, ne tengo tombo ne ya jong ye gona na ne kole la go tombo ne ta ramba tombo ne ya jong na ina ne kote si le la ya resro
so at this start of the teaching, so we talked a bit about the background of this the Lord Buddha's life and his teachings, and then from there, from that talk, background teachings, I think there is one important thing that we can take, and which is in fact should be the part of our essential spiritual practice. So that is the cultivating, work. We work on developing more like a love and compassion for others, and trying to understand how connect these our love and compassions. Cultivating love and developing love and compassion, connecting these two to improving, or to finding more, more happiness for ourselves, and of course not to mention to other beings, and it's to all these. The various topics of the Dharma that we are learning. So essentially, really, it is all to help us to develop the such inner qualities within us, or on our mental levels, such as love and compassion and so on. So we'll stop the teaching here, but there's a bit of room for question. If anyone has a question, please.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what you meant by saying that the example Sangha is corresponding or equivalent to the meaning Sangha. What did you mean by corresponding? In what way do they correspond?
The pay down to say, the Kani chip pay chip to say, the Niporo, that's a Sunday Surge, Carriage Carrier Service. Teoderish.
Tero Tachitang as the teaching it to J Castle, Techi was. Dikat said the gander Techi Jures. Roa Techi Juriza, and that thing along Yentil Marjan here was. Yentil Marjan, Shunde meet and a share. Nitu J Castle, Shunde J. She Tewachimbi Kuzotella meet on a tender mato, Nine Jiju Dungenete Re Mares, Nine Jiju Dungenete Mugemandu, Resra. Ta Nine Jiju Dungenete meet of the Jinse Caresena, the Sonso Nitini Putu Chandawata. Sonso Jiji Shewa Lansongone, Chanda Singone, Nepedu Tesha.
tsungpa de karare.
Tsungpa de ane pedang, tsungpa de pena ane jeju shupa tiga tubu puwi shita zemba chiga warwa. Ane tewa chenpi ga tunlo pache menlo ti ane ta tendiga ta tubu kato puwi shita zemba warwa. Shenpa tiga ta mandi nyedra kato warwa. Nyedra kato puwi shita zenga yore. Goma indiga nyedra kato to shidra kato nicha puwi shita zenga yorwa. Chisa pumba tezi chanda gordo, chasune chanda geyo mares.
So I think first of all, I think that's a good questions. First of all, we have to understand that this topic that we about this the type of sanghas and which came from this the text Ornament of Clear Realization and specifically on that mention of the 3 jewels here, and the 3 jewels here, this text being also the Mahayana text, and 3 jewels actually referring to the Mahayana 3 jewels, and then so therefore but however we find, when we're studying about these types of Sangha, we find about the Sanghas of Shravakas. Okay, so that is your question, and so this is the all these types of Sanghas Shravaka Sanghas are only the indicators, but the indicated Sangha, if you like, what they really is, the Shravaka Sangha that we learn here, it is the implies it kind of the main implication is the is Mahayana Sanghas, okay, and so now we use the word like as one is example, another is the meaning. So the meaning is the main one that we trying to find. We trying to strive to become ourselves to that sanghas. And so the question, what is the common similarities? So of course this example and the meaning are not completely same. Okay, you can't be same. And so common we can see in terms of the object to be abandoned, or some case relating to the realization, that kind of realization that is gained by the example sangha and then by the meaning sangha, the respective meaning sanghas. There's also sometimes in certain case the conduct of that, the example sangha and the meaning sangha has some common. Okay, so now if you take an example of the first example sanghas, which is the approacher to stream enterers. So which is one who is the striving, or somebody as Shravaka who is on the path which directly the remedy the what we call the 3 objects to be abandoned by the path of seeing, only the artificial the object to be abandoned by the path of seeing. So similarly, when you look at the Mahayana path, the one who is on the path of Mahayana uninterrupted path of seeing, that is the meaning sanghas. So where the main difference is that in the meaning sangha, the object to be abandoned is both the types of the obstructions, right? Or the obstruction to liberation and the obstruction to that. But however, the common is what that meaning sangha is abandoned is also only the artificial obstructions, or the imputed, and like the example sanghas is only the eliminating the artificial types of mental afflictions.
Understand?
Yeah, so there's some common there. Yeah,
that this chapa is another human that is chapa cigarettes. Yes,
yeah. So, but not to discourage you, but this is a topic which is also regarded as a very difficult topic for one serious, learner in the monastery as well. They're going deep. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Is there a matter way of relating the two? Because in other teachings we found that the four destroyer
Yeah.
is equivalent.
Sorry.
The four destroyer,
Yeah.
the one that is abiding in the food,
Yeah.
is overcome but
Yeah.
surpassed
Yeah.
by the seventh level, seventh ground.
Yeah.
And so that is also that when the Bodhisattva becomes liberated, not yet enlightened, but liberated, and the four destroyers.
So can you repeat that? Are you talking of the four destroyers? Yeah, abided in the fruit of four destroy. Example or the meaning?
Which is the inside example is the one that's
Example. Yeah.
liberated.
Yeah.
That's what's liberated.
Yeah.
So the equivalent to that is the seventh ground Bodhisattva, if I remember correctly.
No, the meaning. I think no. The tandang the dijwa. Dajum dene. Ki tyongi dajum sangyero.
Sanje Ushagores, Pera Sanje Chishavore, Sachewe Rujada.
The meaning sanghas corresponding to that, the abider in the fruit of four destroyer, referring to like either a 10 bodhisattvas on 10th ground, okay, not 10th ground, or a Buddha.
That's because that's the equivalent of the Bodhisattva is a completed Bodhisattva, right? Because that's the completed Shravaka, seeking liberation.
Yeah.
And the 10th ground Bodhisattva is like normal living. So it's like, it's equivalent because it's completed the training.
Yeah. The Kogudi, the Sungse, the Dajum Dene, the Bay, the Tuning Sungden, Dajum Dene said the Dajum top the you did Spangles, the Pogudi, you do Shiriga Pangras, or the Deshaganazan.
Buddha Pombrava, Shambati Point Martina, and Shambate, Necron, the Jig Nungola, and a Sigrata, Rujadacho Maradera, Nidropumbe Kuzajeters. The Jig Nungol. No, what is Sumberva? The Chidan Udipang Yamara. Chidan Udipang Yamara, Marite, the Jig Nungola, Chasu Chandra Gayamaris.
So, like the Bodhisattvas on the 10th ground, okay, who is who we refer as a one of the one example of like a meaning sanghas. Who actually has not yet overcome the obstruction to liberation yet. All right, Bodhisattvas on the 10th ground. Okay, but however, when the Bodhisattvas emanated or manifested as a solitary four destroyer of the solitary realizer. So however, yet in the eyes, I'm trying to make the similarity here, but in the eyes of the others world, that Bodhisattva is like a four destroyers. So saying, so from that perspective, we can make similarities. The example that the Sangha abider in the fruit of four destroyer, and the meaning Sangha who is on the 10th Bodhisattva ground, but in the aspect of the Shravakas, four destroyers. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Maybe such was the Nidipang stage.
Nidipung Mardas, such a Rujabil Pungumars, Nidashu did not Pungo.
According to the in accordance with the like a Sotantrika, Madhyamika Sotantrika school of tenets, all the bodhisattvas who when they follow the spiritual path, they eliminate both the obstruction, both types of obstruction together, always simultaneously.
Yeah. So that's where
the confusion is. But whereas in the Prasangika Madhyamika view, so there is a difference. You can like on the Bodhisattva on the 8th ground can eliminate the obstruction to liberation. Maybe that's where your questions coming from. Yeah. Okay. But we are following this ornament of the clear realization is really in accordance with that Sutantika Madhyamika school.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sandup, is the reason for this whole discussion because the Buddha mainly taught using these terms, stream enterer, once returner, never returner. Like are they the terms that the Buddha mainly taught?
Yeah.
And so they superficially appear to be just about the Shravaka path, but they also imply the Bodhisattva path. Is that the reason why this whole topic?
Oh no.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the Buddha used the terms stream enterer, once returner, never
Yeah.
returner, and appearing to just describe the Shravaka path, but was also describing the Bodhisattva path.
Yeah. 거기 딱고 도스티 라고 나디나 등기다 이 사모 장주선백에 쌓인 걸로 와. 다들 좀 된데기 안에 빼고 네 뛰어야 가르친 시기에 나서서. 다 윤슈세다 뭔고 저러. 다 그게 뒤에 용당다나 오늘들이 열었어. 윤슈 봐. 년들.
열 년들 듣는 시에서 열었어. 열었어. 와. 년들 듣는 열었어. 아니 같이 년들 뭔가 듣는 시에와 있어. 다 뒤도파 가르래서나 년들 다 포페겐드 듣는 열었어. 시에가 있어. 포페겐드 때 년들이 보이나 형 비고 도바 열었어. 와. 대인자네 어디 책 말이 태체라고 듣는 보도 찬라고 열었어네. 뒤그 도파시 외치다네 태체를 밑에서 잔에 떼인 거랬어.
So Buddha taught all, not only taught, but there are actually the Sharvakas who actually who actually are all these types of sanghas, right? And this as we said other day, this is just only a few number, but there are, if we study the major scriptures, so there are so many different types of the sanghas, all referring to the lesser sharvakas, vehicles. And so what is when you study this, so automatically like you have, like anyone can arise when you study automatically this question arises at the back of our mind. Okay, Buddha has taught the many types of sangha on a sharvaka level, and this is taught in such is it then the question arises in us: are there such a sangha on the bodhisattva level? Bodhisattvas, vehicles, and this is exactly the purpose is. And then when we raise the question and when we find out, then we find out, yes, there are on the Bodhisattva's a vehicle as well. There are so many different sort of types of sanghas. Don't know. Yeah.
In the monastery, what is taught first? Is this text taught first? Maitreya, Sangha text or Ornament, or the which one's taught first?
So what's the other topic? Oh, yeah, okay. 당당한 이 긴륜 이슈 장하셔라. 그리고 퍼진난 레고라. 또 오마 거두다고 알아서 이 리바로 오셔는 당부 오마다고 알아디 이 긴륜 이슈디 응을다고 오마 제도.
동부대 진이 두제다 그랬어. 진이 두제대 두제 벨리셔 전에 따노 그랬어. 로드윈도 봐. 네, 로드윈 제라니 지네 마다 그랬어.
The order is that they study in the monastic curriculums. The first 7 years they study this ornament of the clear realizations, and all based in accordance with the Sotantrika and Madhyamika schools. So after 7 years, when they finish that, then they study the Prasangika Madhyamika school. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dedication prayers, page 11.